Hello, everybody. I'm Toby Shifsky. I'm the Executive Director of Kaplan Real Estate Education, and you are here for the next rendition of Real Expert. Today, we have an expert that near and dear to everybody's heart is passion. And one thing I think you're going to find is that our guest today, Michael Aharoni, is passionate about what he does. In fact, I tell my kids all the time, Michael, that find your superpower and then turn it on for the powers of good. And Michael, I tend to think that your superpower is aligning your work with your passion. And I thank you for being here.
No, thank you, Toby. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, depending on where you are. I'm happy to be here, happy for the opportunity, and I'm looking forward to this next half hour with you.
Excellent, excellent. Everybody, let me introduce Michael appropriately. Michael Aharoni is one of the most sought out mentors and educators within both the military and first responders communities. Michael works daily to help individuals grow both in their personal and their business lives. And in 2017, Michael founded Home at Last, now the largest thin line, not-for-profit educational organization of its kind. The opportunity provided Michael the privilege of testifying in front of the U.S. Congress, host educational motivational workshops for these communities, plus train other realtors on how to successfully grow their business. Michael, thank you for being here.
No, thank you again. And let's hopefully change someone's life today.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. All right. So, Michael, let's go ahead and start this off. I think you had something you wanted to let everybody kind of just set the mood. In fact, just before I do that, everybody, we're going to go pretty fast. Michael speaks for hours in front of groups of people. And so just know you're going to be wanting more. And I will put up Michael's information again at the end. Hopefully you had a snapshot of that. And even Michelle, if you could drop it into the text chat on here, that would be great. We have Michelle Auger, who's working as a moderator at Kaplan. She's going to be helping us with the text chat. If we miss something, she will be able to help us along. We're going to go 30 minutes. It's going to be fast and furious. And if for any reason you, all you people out there who are watching this, if you can't attend the whole thing, we're going to go ahead and send the video out to you within a week. So you'll have it. You can look at it then. But Michael, why don't you start us off? You had something special that you wanted to kind of set the mood for today.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, it is November, so I want to thank everybody for those that are attending that have been part of our military or first responders. We just passed Veterans Day, so want to thank you for your service. Anybody that's part of a military family, thank you for your service as well. So first and foremost, wanted to send our thanks out. Like Toby said, I wanted to set the mood. We are talking about passion today. And one of the things that really drove me into what I did today was a book called 3 Feet from Gold. And there's an excerpt from 3 Feet from Gold that I would love to read to you to set that mood. And it reads as follows. There are many things you cannot control, but you can control the only things that really matter, your mind and your attitude. External forces have very little to do with success. Those who program themselves for success find a way to succeed even in the most difficult of circumstances. Solutions to most problems come from one source and one source alone, yourself. Decide to live life to the fullest. You may be 3 feet from gold.
Wow. Powerful. First time I ever heard that was maybe an hour ago with Michael as we were prepping for this webinar. And it's interesting the kind of emotion that stirred in me, Michael. I have my real estate license, had it since 1991, broker. And I can tell you there's some topics that we're going to talk about today for all those people who are attending. No matter kind of where you're at in your career progression, there's a solid golden nugget I think that we're going to cover today that I wish I would have got when I was first in the business. Even when I was 10 years into the business, I would have got this. It's easier now with hindsight after 30 years in the business to see it clearly, but that's really only with passage of time and wisdom. And so let's do this, Michael, just so you know who's here, so we can kind of gauge this conversation. I'm going to go ahead and ask a poll question. everybody, this is your chance to participate. You go ahead and click on the screen. I'm going to launch a poll question. It's really, how long have you been in real estate? So help us understand who we have here attending today. There's hundreds of people on here. Love to be able to see it. And the answers are more than 10 years, 5 to 10 years, less than 5 years, or heck, you know what? I'm not even licensed yet. And we get a lot of those too. So here we go, everybody, your chance to play along. And then I'll share the results. It's all anonymous, everybody. Nobody's going to see what you do. So please play along so we get a really clear indication of where we're at. Holy smokes, there's an overwhelming favorite here. It's going on. Everybody's got to play along. Love it, love it, love it. Look at still studying. Yeah. Click on the poll question. If you're on a cell phone, you might have to move to another screen if it pops up on your screen. If not, go ahead and just put it in the chat. Love it, love it, love it. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to end the poll, and then I'm going to share the results. Look at this, Michael. We have 10% of the people been in business 10 years or longer. Bravo. I bet you people have been in for 10 years. You're going to line up with some of the stuff we're talking about today.
Yeah.
Or like me, I kind of was really just good at real estate, and it wasn't always aligned to my passion though. I kind of burned through the transactions. And so 5 to 10 years, 6% of the people, less than 5 years, 13%. How about this? 71% of the people on here today, not even licensed yet. Good for you. Look I see the chats coming through. People getting ready to take their licensing exam. Georgia, Michael, I think you just got your Georgia license.
I did.
Yeah, you did. So here's a guy who just took the test. All right, let's do this. Michael, answer me this riddle. Passion. How does hard work or passion or the combo of both, how does that lead to results? What have you found? What is it?
Yeah, listen, there is a difference between being interested and being committed. Right? You could be interested in anything, but there's no passion behind that. If you are committed in something, you have that passion, you have that drive, that passion, that drive, that commitment, that in itself would lead to results.
Interesting. So I've got a lot of interests, but you're right. When you say that, a passion, it's funny. I have kids, right? And they're like teenagers. And all I really want them to do is find their passion. And whatever it is, right? Other than video games. Okay, and I get that. But, or you know what? Turn it into a superpower then, right? Find that passion and everything I do. And it's funny because I don't think about it for myself. And I think a lot of people go and they go through the motions and they don't necessarily find it for themselves.
Yeah.
Why is it so important? Why? I mean, what kind of results do you get? What's the difference if you find the passion and you become committed?
You have to know within your heart and soul that what you are doing has a purpose, right? It's all about having a purpose. It's focusing on your why, and the how will happen. Focus on the why, and the how will happen. A lot of realtors come into this market thinking, oh, realtors make, a lot of money. I'm coming in to make this money. You are in the business to change lives. That's what you're in the business for. You are going to change somebody's life. You have a purpose to what you do. If you focus on your why, the how will come. The money will come. How you're going to do it's going to come. But you are in the business to change someone's life. Somebody is going to purchase their biggest expense in their life. And you're going to be the reason they do it. You're going to be the catalyst for somebody to get a home, to live the American dream of home ownership. So if you're in this business to make money, that's no passion. There's no purpose in doing that. You are here to change somebody's life.
Let me ask you a question, Michael. So you started in real estate and you did real estate and you've you've gone on, you're still involved in real estate. Tell us kind of your journey. How did it work for you? Because you're doing something really pretty incredible thing for vets and for veterans and for first responders. And so I want to let people know kind of what this is and how you kind of found your passion in this
Sure.
industry. Go ahead,
Sure.
give us that story.
So I've been in the real estate industry for about 15 years now. I have my real estate broker's license in New York, New Jersey, Georgia, soon to be Florida, soon to be Colorado. I used to own an insurance company, so I have my insurance license. I have my mortgage license. I'm a certified instructor, et cetera, et cetera. I can go
Kaplan
on.
likes you. Hopefully you're coming to us for all those licenses. That's amazing.
I can go on and on and on. I have more licenses and certifications that I could count because I just get a high. I get a high from learning.
Yeah.
But so I started real estate right out of college. And being right out of college, you're lost, right? You're lost. You don't know what you want to do. You don't have the passion behind it. So I dabbled in real estate and I said, what am I, a 22-year-old guy in real estate? What am I going to do, right? So I opened up an insurance company. I did insurance. I got my mortgage license, went back to school, going for my master's, the whole kit and caboodle. And then in 2017, my grandfather, who was U.S. Army, passed away, and he had a whole military funeral. And something just clicked. When you know something, right? And that's where the passion starts. Something just happens. A light bulb goes off in your head and you say, you know what? That's what I'm supposed to do. And when my grandfather passed away and we had this military funeral, I said to myself, that's it. I want to help our military. I want to give back in honor of my grandfather. And what I did was I flew down to Puerto Rico in 2017, and I met the first Hispanic woman to ever be a general in the armed forces. Pitched her the idea of what is now known as Home at Last. Fast forward to today, I built the largest not-for-profit 501c3 military and first responder real estate educational organization in the nation. We educate, we advocate, and we protect our veterans and first responders on how to achieve the American dream of home ownership, how to protect themselves from predatory lenders. And that comes right back down to passion. I wake up every morning saying to myself, you know what? Today, I get a military family in a home. I can help a first responder get into a home. That's my passion. That's my purpose. That's my why. And everything else follows. And I'm very happy where I am today and passionate and thankful to share all this with you.
That's so awesome. So you took some knowledge, right? And a spark, your grandfather's funeral, and you tripped a trigger. Yep. And then you became committed. And now you help over 100 people last year secure their financing. Here's the other part about this little program that Michael's got going on, Home at Last. How much does it cost?
Free. Absolutely free. Any veterans and first responders that come through our program, we send them out to different banks and realtors, and it's absolutely free for those families.
So no fees and free.
Free, completely free. That is my way of giving back, and that comes back to passion. You're not just a real estate agent. You're not just here going through the daily activities. You are here, and I will keep coming back to it over the next 30 minutes that we're together, or a little less than that. But now that time has gone quickly already, you are here to change someone's life.
So this passion, we talk a lot about, we do a lot of these webinars, and some of it, we touch on passions. We touch on niches, right? To fit a niche or niche, however you call it. I think we can all see it. Niche is, at least for you, if it's something you're interested in, right? And then we talked about the difference between an interest and a passion, and how, and so a niche. We always talk to our real estate professionals, and we talk about, being a powerhouse within a niche. It's hard to be a generalist today, super hard. Back in the day, 40 years ago, 30 years ago, when I got into business, you could be somewhat of a generalist. And now there's a very specialized, aspect to this. You have to have a pretty high level of understanding, or at least a high level of commitment and connection with the people you're working with. And finding your niche might be it. I tell people all the time, I'm an avid cyclist. And I have a group of people that I'm passionate about cycling. I'm committed. I get up at 4:30 a.m. in the morning to ride bicycle. And I know that same group of people have that same commitment.
Yeah.
And so that's a niche for me. And how do I turn that niche, how do I create that passion? How does that drive business for me and satisfaction? What do you think the key is there?
That's a great question. And we've been through, I call it a hell of a market last year, right? Or this year for that matter, right? So we're still in this year.
Yeah.
And people had to adapt and change. It's the different market. Real estate comes in cycles, right? Mm-hmm. And depending on where you are in your career, you may have heard that most realtors quit after 6 months, right? They quit after 6 months because they don't have the passion. They don't have the drive. They don't have the purpose. So that's where your niche comes in that we just discussed. You have to do it differently. Innovate and create. Do it differently. Innovate and create. Do something that someone else hasn't done yet. And that's what I did in 2017. I found a niche that no one really focused on. Yes. Are there tons of realtors and banks that work with military? Of course. But no one focuses on them or runs a not-for-profit to educate and advocate for them. So when you find your purpose, you do it differently, you find your niche, that in itself will turn into a business. It will come natural. It will turn into your business, and you'll grow that business to become as big or as small as you want. But will come organically.
It'll come organically. And here's the truth of it. You find something you love and you never work a day in your life. Everybody's heard that saying. It's so old and it's so kind of stale, but it's so true. And very few people actually get to find that. And so, this is a powerful message. In real estate, you are rewarded for finding a niche. And that niche, at a minimum, is an interest. And sometimes it's a commitment, right? And that commitment can be, that passion that you have. Finding that passion gets you up every day, gets you to make those extra calls, gets you to follow up, right? And it's easy because it's your passion. And it's not the grind, it's not the work. So a key to long-term success is lining up your passion, and even a passion of, how could you not have a passion behind changing people's lives? That's what we do in real estate. We change 100%. People's lives. Absolutely. I'm going to ask a question of everybody, all the attendees. I'm going to understand, have you aligned your passion with your business? We had quite a few people who've been in the business for a long time, 10 years plus, 5 to 10 years, 1 to 5 years. We have people who are just coming in. There's a question in here for you too, an answer for you too. But here we go to everybody. Take a shot at this poll question and go ahead and answer it. It should be on your screen. Click on it. The answer. Are you able to align your passion with your business? Right? I got some answers there. I found my niche or niches and I'm loving it. How about that one? I am good at real estate, but I feel my business is not quite, aligned. My business is a struggle and there is little passion. I've been there. I know that one a lot. I could answer that one multiple times in my life. I am not sure how to align my passion to my business. Go ahead, take a look, give those answers. We're going to do about 5. And once again, it's all anonymous, everybody. This is really for you. This is kind of a self-reflection, but I think when I share the results, you're going to see, you're not alone. I think that's the big thing. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'm going to end right here. Share the results. Look at this. Are you able to align your passion with your business? How about that? I found my niche and I'm loving it. 26% of the people. That's fantastic. So 1 out of 4 of you have already been enlightened. Really like to try to understand, your guys' story, how you got to it. Because for a lot of people, maybe you never have your grandfather's funeral. You gotta, and the event doesn't just hit you, but maybe it's a feeling. Maybe as you're going through your day and through your work and you're dealing with people, you're finding what your passion is. You got to find it, or it's a struggle. It's a slog. I am good at real estate, but feel my business is not quite aligned with my passion. Look at that. 9% of the people have answered that one. That's interesting. I'm good at it, but I got to find what I like. How about this? Michael created his own 501c not-for-profit organization to do and to align his passion. Are you that brave? You ready to take on that kind of a commitment, like you said, right? Passion. My business is a struggle, and there's a little passion. 7%. I've been there. Hopefully, you take an inner look at where you're at today, and if we had this in a year, your answer would be different. I'm not sure how to align my business, my passions to my business. I got 58% of the people like, I have no idea. And sometimes you got to get into it. And then all of a sudden you'll get that trigger, right? I mean, any tips on looking for that trigger, Michael? What should people be looking for?
Sure. So, and that's great. I'm happy to see that, the majority of people here I'm not happy, but I understand, why you are here listening to us today, because you want to learn about how do I align my passion. If you can do it, if you believe you can. You can do it if you believe you can. You control your own destiny. You can do it if you believe
3 feet from gold, right, Michael?
100%. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. So you're in real estate for a reason, right? So the first thing that you need to find out is why? Why are you in real estate? That's the first question you need to ask yourself. Why am I in real estate? And if your answer is to make a lot of money, well, guess what? Unfortunately, you're in it for the wrong reasons. But if your answer is something that aligns to, I want to change somebody's life. I love real estate. I'm passionate about homes. I'm passionate about working with people, right? There has to be a reason why you decided to enter this business. There's a reason why you decided to listen to us today, right? There's that passion. The passion subconsciously has driven you to be here today to listen to us. You have a passion to learn how to grow your business. That's all passion, right? That's all passion. You wake up every day, you're going for your license, right? No one said to you, you better do this. No one said to you, this is the only option you have. You made a choice, right? You made a choice to get your real estate license. Why? Right? That in itself, that why, that's your passion, right? And not everybody.
Start there, right? I mean, right exactly. On. So let's do this. We're down near the end, everybody. And so I know a lot of people have a lot of questions. Hopefully we've kind of spurred it on. I think, just to give the point back is align your passion with your business. Find your passion, right? And a passion is different than an interest. Passion creates a commitment. And how, because once you're fully committed, you're in. And if you can align it with giving, with understanding that you're changing people's lives in one way, shape, or another, as opposed to just, it's about cranking out money. Because you said it earlier, Michael, the money will come. If you have the why, the what will come afterwards. And I agree 100%. Let me do this. I know we've got some key kind of points here that we want to have people to understand, because I'm thinking, what are the key things that that if I was to give a list, like how would you kind of run us through just a quick short list of
Sure. So first and foremost, passion takes time, right? It takes time. You listening to us today, that's your first step. You're not going to find it tomorrow, right? It takes time. You need to think about it. You need to think about, what can I be committed to? Identify your interests, right? Identify your interests.
Yep.
Do it differently, like I've discussed. Set goals and meet them. Set goals and meet them. Innovate and create. I said that before. Innovate, create. Create a personal vision statement. This is your time to shine. It's your brand. What do I want for myself?
When you create that kind of personal vision statement, talk about making a commitment. I mean, you make a commitment to yourself when you set your personal vision statement, like especially if you're going to tell people what you're, hey, this is my personal vision statement, and you're held accountable to it. And maybe your personal vision statement is a part of your correspondence. Maybe it's in your tagline. Maybe it's, this is my personal vision statement. This is how I am going to differentiate and start to do things differently, and how I'm going to tell people how I'm doing things differently. And I'm going to hold myself accountable to that.
The 58% that said, I don't know how to align my passion into business, right? Move business aside.
Yeah.
Move business aside. What is your personal passion? You first need to find your passion personally. What am I passionate about? Now I know what I'm passionate about. Now, why did I decide to join real estate? Why?
Right.
Now you take your personal passion and you take your why and you marry it together and ride with it. Just ride with it and it will come.
Love it. Love it. Had my own journey. I know we're just about finishing up, everybody. My own journey was I did transactional real estate residential sales for almost 5 years before I found my passion. And I did residential land development. I loved it. Creating developments and building out land developments for residential homes, single family, multifamily. Loved it. I was lucky. It took me a while, but it's there. And sometimes it comes in a flash of brilliance. I wish I would have had this webinar, so I would have been more deliberate and I would have been looking for it and maybe taken myself through the process you outlined. I think that would have helped me get there quicker. Michael, I just want to say thank you for being here today. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, your insights. Thank you for your passion with our veterans and first responders and the organizations that you've created to align your passion. And look at you. You are like our favorite kind of student. You are like a lifelong student. That list of credentials and certification, you are like, holy smokes, I love it. Absolutely love it.
Yes. If I may, I like to leave off with one note for everybody.
Yes.
Success does not just come to you. There is no magic formula. There is no trick. There is only one thing that will lead you to a successful life: passion. Give hope, inspire, and go change somebody's life.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, Michael. Take care, everybody.